Hello everyone, it's Heather and I'm here for a room tour from the Twilight Zone. This hotel is so weird. Okay, it's not that bad. We've never stayed here before. We had to book this trip quite last minute. It's Saturday today. We just booked this trip on Wednesday. This was a last minute unexpected trip and it's 4th of July weekend and the choice for hotels near the Minneapolis airport was very poor. The places that I would normally have preferred to stay were either full or very expensive. Now, I would have been willing to pay more for a newer, nicer hotel, but my dad is with us and he's in his own room and I didn't want him to be paying too much. And I was also trying to find a place with a park and fly and a 24-hour shuttle, but I'm gonna come back to that because that didn't work out the way I was hoping. I'm gonna show you around the room first and then I will tell you some weird things with our stay here. Okay, a couple things I'm hoping you noticed out there in the hall. First of all was how loud the neighbor across the hall's TV was, and the fact that we could hear everything from their TV and them talking to each other. I don't hear anything from the neighboring rooms, but the doors obviously are not real good at preventing sound from carrying into the hallway. I'm a little concerned also that it would go the other way. So the other thing I want you to notice is that the key slots are from the 90s? I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw a hotel key with the card where you actually to put it in the slot. That is very outdated. My first hint that the key card thing was going to be like that was when I went to check into the hotel today. I was able to check in online on the Marriott Bonvoy app. But then I looked and looked and looked and I couldn't find the place to request my mobile key. On Marriott Bonvoy it's called mobile key. And on Hilton it's called digital key. But I looked and looked and looked and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I'm like, what am I missing? Where is it? But there was a thing to chat the hotel. And so I chatted the hotel. They were fairly responsive. I did have to wait a few minutes initially before someone answered me. I said, I just checked in online, but I can't see a place to get my mobile key. And they said, oh, we apologize. We don't have that at this property. So they don't have mobile key here. And now I see why, because they don't have the technology or the correct type of locks in the doors for that to be a possibility. This is obviously an older property. Now, when I say older, I don't know, it's hard to say. 70s, 80s, 90s, I'm not exactly sure when this hotel was built. It's definitely been around a while. However, the guy at the front desk was very nice. He was a little bit annoying. And what I mean by that is he talked to us like we were idiots. He kind of like overdid it, and instead of being efficient, it was like he was talking to people he thought had never traveled or stayed in a hotel before in their lives. And I'm just like, let's go, you know? And I think for my dad, who doesn't travel very frequently anymore, that was probably fine, but I found it kind of off-putting and kind of insulting. It took a minute before he realized I was Silver Marriott Bonvoy status, and then recognized that, and then must have realized, oh, she stays at Marriott properties quite frequently. Let me show you around the room, and then I'll tell you a couple other things about the hotel. Okay, another indication that this is an older property. However, this room has obviously been somewhat soft goods renovated and redecorated fairly recently. The carpet is nice, and it looks quite new. However, sorry, I forgot to show you this when I was outside. I'm sure it's just the whole staffing thing, housekeeping stuff, but they definitely missed some stuff. There's a chocolate milk container outside the door on the floor from the previous guest, apparently. There's also some crumbs between the bed and the box spring, the mattress and the box spring and the bed. There's an M&M on the floor over there. So, what's wrong? What? What is it? Megan was just checking something with her flashlight. What is it?
A crumb, I don't know.
Okay.
There are many crumbs.
There are many crumbs. Yeah, housekeeping was either in a hurry or they're understaffed or something. Okay. Another indication that this is an older property, first of all, just like this brass hardware on everything and that kind of door handle. But the wallpaper looks new. But this louvered closet door is something. But the sink on the outside of the bathroom is definitely older. But then what the heck is this? What is that? At first we thought the sink was broken, and that the faucet was missing. I did. But then it's just like a joystick. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It's very weird. Also, the sink fills up with water and it's draining very slow. So that's a plumbing issue. There's a box of tissues. There was one little bar of soap. And there's a makeup mirror. And a big mirror. Okay, and then the rest of the bathroom is inside this second door. It's actually a Fresnel lens from a lighthouse. It's kind of cool. I mean, like, the wallpaper in here is really cool and nice. Toilet. But, like, look at the tile on the floor. This is very dated. And then it's a tub shower. I mean, it's okay. There are a mix of products mounted in the shower. I don't know what all that is. There's conditioner, shampoo, and body wash. So, I mean, it's okay. This bathroom is pretty tight, though. It's really small. There's a hook on the back of the door. And just, you don't see that anymore where the sink is outside. Unless you're in like an 80s Best Western. Those closet doors are really old. But I mean, the coat rack thing is newer. There's a luggage rack in here. The hair dryer is hanging here. There's a laundry bag, iron, and an ironing board. Big full-length mirror here. The only garbage can that I see is this little tiny one under the bathroom sink. But then there's a great big recycling bin. There's this quirky little table here with an ice bucket and the coffee stuff on it. So that's kind of weird. And then there's like this bigger dresser thing with big drawers. 3 big drawers. They don't shut very well. And in here is the fridge. The TV was on when we came into the room, and it had a giant QR code on it, which I was unable to scan. I tried and it wouldn't work. And there was a big thing that said dismiss, but there's no remote anywhere. There's no remote control in this room, and it's not a touch screen. When you pushed the thing that said dismiss, nothing happened. And so we can't have the TV on all night. We couldn't figure out what to do with it, and so we just unplugged it. Okay, over here there's a desk with a desk chair. There's 2 queen beds, which are nicely made. And I like this feature wall thing, although I find it strange that it doesn't go to the corner.
Well, because if you look carefully at the way it's bending there, it's just a...
It's like a sheet or something?
Just a tape-on thing.
Oh. So yeah, it's not actually... Yeah, it is. It's just like...
Well, don't peel it off.
It is. It's wallpaper that's peeling off on the side. This wallpaper
It's like glued.
does not continue behind there. Okay, and then these weird ceilings. I think they had these in that Hampton we stayed at in the Outer Banks. There's a nice nightstand with 1 drawer and some little post-it notes and a survey thing and a pen. Alarm clock, which I appreciate because we have to get up very, very early. and a phone and 2 separate bedside lights. There's plugs, but there's no USBs.
Oh, what do you expect?
Then Ben is sitting on the...
Is this somebody else's underwear and clothes?
What?
Come here.
Well, it's not mine. Oh my God. Well, that's a first.
No, actually, I want to say that happened to us. It was a bra. One other time, there was like a bra hanging in the closet or something that wasn't
Okay,
ours.
now, to their credit, I didn't notice it when I looked in there.
Yeah,
It's black against like the dark floor, but
it's blue actually.
oh dear God.
Don't touch it.
We're not going to touch it.
Close it and lock it up and burn it.
Okay, this chair and ottoman that Ben is on here is nice. It's cute. I like how it's like a circle. And there's a lamp in the corner, which is kind of funky as a belt. And then we are right by Mall of America. Okay, there's a Residence Inn, which is also Marriott, right across the parking lot. That parking ramp you're seeing over there, that's the west parking ramp for Mall of America. So Mall of America is that way. And there's a Hilton Garden Inn, and we stayed at that property once, but when we stayed there, I think it was a Holiday Inn, and it also was older and not very nice. Then there's some kind of office building right next to us here, and then just past that, if you can see through the gap there, is the Great Wolf Lodge, which I have done a review of and made several videos at, and we'll link one of them up above. You're not saying it again?
No.
What did you say?
You said I would rather be there at the Great Wolf. I would too. My dad successfully followed us all the way up here. We even stopped at the rest area that we stop at occasionally when we first got into Minnesota because I had to go to the bathroom really bad. I dropped off the kids at the door so they could get all of the luggage out of the car, and they waited for me in the lobby while I went and parked the car. Several things I was not happy about with the check-in process and the situation here at this hotel. Okay, the first thing I was not happy about with this property is that they didn't have the mobile key. Because they didn't have the mobile key, I had to stop at the front desk, which took too long. I mean, I have gone to the front desk. I don't always use the digital key or the mobile key, but when I do go to the front desk, it doesn't take that long. There was no line. The guy at the front desk just took forever. And he was like waiting for my dad to fill stuff out before he told me anything, so he didn't have to say it twice. And secondly, we had paid for the park and fly. And he tells me, okay, we're going to have to call you a taxi. And I'm like, what?
I literally, when we got here, I saw a guy.
Yeah.
in it.
What the heck? They have shuttle vans. They're in the back of the parking lot. You saw a guy driving it?
Yeah, there's one right there. There's
I thought he
two.
just said they don't have them that early.
But I purposely booked this hotel because they had a 24-hour airport shuttle.
Oh, maybe they're short-staffed right now.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
So they advertise that they have a 24-hour airport shuttle, but they don't really have a 24-hour airport shuttle
Shovel.
because
Free snow removal even in the middle of July.
because they don't have enough people to staff the 24-hour shuttle. Okay, so he tells me that he's going to call us a taxi, and I'm not happy about this. Because even just from like a pandemic safety thing and stuff, then you're in like another vehicle, and I don't know. And that's a hassle, and that makes me nervous. What if they're not here on time? And I don't know. I just wasn't comfortable with it at all. But anyway, he finishes going through his whole spiel and stuff, and then he tells me that where we parked, where my dad and I both parked in the front of the hotel, we can't park there. That we have to park over on the side of the hotel. And then he gives us these things to hang on our mirrors so that they know that we paid for parking here. And I went to move my car over there then, so then I had to go back out to the car and move the car. And I just was not comfortable with where they were having me park. It was not visible from the front. It's not really visible from the hotel at all, because all the rooms either face this way or this way, and the lobby faces that way, and the place they want us to park is on the side on like this little dead-end street. And so nobody's really keeping an eye on the cars, and they're not secure at all. I wasn't happy with that. Between the taxi thing instead of the shuttle and the parking situation, I decided I don't want to park here. I'd rather park at the airport where I'm used to parking and where I feel more comfortable. So when I came back inside, my dad had gone up to the rooms with the kids, and he was just coming back down and through the lobby when I came back in. And I stopped him and I said, I'm not going to park here. I mean, I'm parking here tonight, obviously, but I'm not going to leave my car here for 6 nights. I said, I will drive all 4 of us to the airport in the morning, and I'm going to park at the airport. What?
How's Papa gonna get back?
He can still get back. I talked to the front desk guy. So then I talked to the front desk guy again, and I said, change my rate. But keep my dad on the park and fly, but I'm not going to park here. And he was fine about it, and I said, you can cancel our shuttle in the morning, because it's not a shuttle, it's them calling me a taxi. I could have done that myself. I could have called a Lyft or something. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If that's what was going to happen, I would rather do that myself. I don't want them doing it for me. Call me a control freak, but that makes me nervous. I don't trust that. So,
You think Papa's gonna be okay?
yeah, I told him I'm going to drive him.
Oh, okay.
I'm driving all 4 of us to the airport, and Papa's just leaving his car here. Papa checked and made sure he had the card in his wallet, so when he comes back, now when he comes back on Tuesday, he's coming back in the middle of the afternoon. I'm sure the shuttle will be running then. And so when he comes back, he just has to go down to the hotel transportation at the airport and call the shuttle, and they'll bring him back here, and he can get in his car and drive home. And he understands that. But I just wasn't real happy with the whole park and fly shuttle situation. But as soon as I got it back up to here to the room, and we did our bed bug check and realized it's not terrible. I've seen worse.
Not as bad as that place in the Outer Banks.
Or the one Home 2 Suites that we left
Yeah.
that time that had potato chips all over the floor. Okay, there's been worse. It's fine. I went to book the parking because I always pre-book my parking at the Minneapolis airport, and I can't book the parking because you can't pre-book your parking if it's less than 12 hours before you're going to park. What time is it?
It's 8:41.
We're parking in 8 hours. We have to sleep real fast. So it's 4th of July weekend. Did I mention that? And travel's crazy. So we're going to have to drive over to the airport in the morning and hope there's a parking space. Because I already told the guy, and he changed my rate here, which saved me like $75 because then I got my AAA rate and I only paid $135 for this room. So yay. But now I'm going to have to pay for parking at the airport, and I don't know if there's any spaces over there because it was too close for me to pre-book. So fingers crossed that there's spaces over at the airport. So that's what's happening. And that's this room. I would not recommend this hotel. I mean, it's fine, but it wasn't cheap. I mean, $135 with the AAA rate isn't bad, but
For this.
it wasn't that much less expensive than much nicer places that are around here. I'll say that. Oh gosh, did I ever tell you where we are? I don't think I did. This is the Courtyard by Marriott. Be careful though. There's more than one Courtyard by Marriott near the Minneapolis airport. The other one we passed on the way here. It's just across the river. It's the one that's closest to Mall of America. That's where we are. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone. Safe travels.